You can't compare what Celtic and Rangers have done in the transfer market over the last couple of weeks. They are in different stratospheres. Celtic don't need to go out and overhaul a squad. They are building from a position of strength rather than looking to make a team. The investment and intent shown as they look to formally secure the signature of Odsonne Edouard is one that is hard to miss. It just underlines exactly where Celtic are at the minute. Of course, there is always an element of a gamble with every signing that you make, but the fact that Brendan Rodgers has spent a full season working with Edouard minimizes that. He clearly likes what he has seen, and that works two ways, as the lad is clearly pretty settled at the club. It is a fantastic coup for Celtic to get Edouard, and it does show that the club are keen to build from a position of strength. Domestically, I actually think that they probably don't need too much, but when you factor in the desire to go and compete in European football, then there is a bit of tweaking that will enhance the squad. But Rodgers made it clear towards the end of the season that Edouard was a player he wished to keep and a player he believed he could continue to work with and improve. The board have backed the manager by going out to deliver that, and I am sure that there will be at least one or two others still to follow. You have to applaud the board, because the way the club has been managed, married to what they have done on the park over the course of the last 2 seasons, has put them in this position. No one can grumble that they have not backed their manager. The money that will be paid to get Edouard in is the biggest outlay since 2001. However you look at it, it is quite a statement from the club as they look to keep pushing onwards. I think the fact that the player is so settled is a real bonus for Celtic too. He is a big signing who will please the support, and it is not the same as bringing in an unknown who needs time to gel and get used to the club and his teammates. It is a case of getting him back into pre-season next week and hitting the ground running. It gives Rodgers 3 top-class striker at the club, a requirement that was underlined last season given the volume of injuries the club had to their attacking players. Personally, I would like to see John McGinn brought in from Hibs to supplement the midfield. On paper, Celtic are strong in the middle of the park, and there are a lot of bodies in there already. People talk about McGinn being a successor to Scott Brown, but at this moment in time, as Stuart Armstrong looks as though he is set for pastures new, then McGinn is the player who could step into that void. He is definitely one that I would consider when it comes to supplementing the squad. I think he would add something, although defensively I think there will be some cover added. Christopher Ager came to the fore in the latter half of last season, and the partnership he has with Dedryck Boyata is an interesting one. I wonder if Brendan will allow that to develop, or whether Jozo Simunovic might come back in to play a greater role. With the Champions League qualifiers coming around quickly, it would Simunovic who you would expect to feature in those early games, given that Boyata will have been away for the World Cup. In any case, I think we can expect to see one or more names to follow, although I suspect the bulk of the business may be done in the latter weeks of the transfer window.